friends, this is MD Vegan with a simple, easy apple pie recipe. And I begin right away. I have here my Springform, maybe 16, 17, 18, 19 centimeters. Lined parchment paper. Makes it always easier to get the cake out, you see. And then I can take the form away and have the cake on that paper. It's easy to carry around. So I always do that now. It's easier. So I put that aside for a while I make the bottom. And yeah, easy bottom. I prefer that usually inexpensive almonds. Here I have 2.5 cups or so. This time I prefer a little thicker dough because I want to have the dough to the sides up a little bit, like a little basin. And dates, of course. Here, what about my 15 dates or so? They are soft. They're nice to make a cake from, a dough. Here, pitted. Iranian dates, very inexpensive, high quality, delicious. And yes, here I have my Springform food processor, fitted with the S blade. See, this is very nice for these kind of doughs. Put all the dates in at first, without the dates, all the almonds in without the dates. And then I can make it a coarse meal. Very fast, you see. Yeah, turn it around twice, slowly, and that should be enough. I show you. These are a little bit more than I usually do with a smaller Springform. See, a little bit, I had to make 2 rounds dancing. Usually I do only 1 round, but that's due to a higher quality of almonds. So now I will need some more time, and I'll see you in a second. Great. I will show you my dough. See, it is pretty coarse still, but it's sticky. See, it sticks together. That's what I need, that's enough. So now we'll put it into the form. All of it. I'll take out the blade, and we'll fold out then. Put it aside. Fill in the dough. So that's all for now. I will need that once again in a couple of minutes. So I put it aside there. So first I do it, bring the mass, the dough, into the right position to have a little bit the sides up, like this basin I want for this cake. And then I begin carefully, when the quantities are as I would like, to have them spread all over, I begin to press a little bit firmer. And then, in the end, I always also use the fingers for the sides to let them come up a little bit. Oh, yeah, sticky. Yeah, sticky. Sticky. You have always the option to put more or less dates into the dough, to have a finer or coarser almond meal that is depending on the kind of texture you would like for your dough. It can be very fine. Then you have more work to do. It's not so easy to press it then. Then you would ground, or you would process the almonds longer, and it's always what you like. This here is a pretty coarse kind of dough, and that's okay. For me, in an apple cake, in apple pie, it's okay also to have a coarse, pretty coarse dough. Now I can press it down firmly, and the shape is as I like it, the desired shape. I'll last round to press it, and then once more the sides to have them come up. See, one more, and I will show you the result in a second. Almost done, and then the dough can sit for a while. Well, it doesn't need to sit, I can fill it right away, but I always make the dough first, the bottom first, and then I begin to make the filling. This dough, at least, this bottom it doesn't need to sit. See, that's what I mean. I have a little bit the sides up, you see, a little base in here. Here go, the sides go up a little bit. And as long as you like. Good. Put that aside for a while. And now, the filling. The filling has basically two parts. There are these apples here, see, sliced apples, and these are in lemon juice. Here I sliced these apples, you see, very fine thin slices. You can do it with a chopping knife or with a chef's knife. You can also do it with a food processor, as I did this time. They are very nice here, very thin, and the thinner the better here. You see these here; these are nicely shaped slices. Very thin. That is nice for eating the cake in the end. It's nice to have the thin slices. And the lemon juice is important. I have 3 large lemons pressed to put the juice over in order to keep them white. Oxidation would make them brown. That is not so nice. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The same I have here with 3 apples. These were 2 apples. Peeled, yes, also peeled. These don't need to be here, don't need to be peeled, because I will process them together with other ingredients to have the second part of my filling here. These are just pieces of apple. Doesn't matter what the structure is. So 2 parts: sliced apples without peel and just hacked apples with peel. And I will combine these to a mass in my food processor. I put the apples here in the same thing. Don't need to change anything. The apples come on the bottom. I also put a little bit of lemon juice in. I have some dates here, again, a dozen of dates or so. Very soft dates. If your dates are not that soft, just soak them for a while. It doesn't matter. They should be softer. Otherwise you have to process longer, and the mass is not so nicey. And here I have some raisins. These are not so soft because that's why I soaked them here, you see, in the water, just for an hour or so. Yeah, and I will filter the water out here, put them in here, the water. So I just have the raisins here. The raisins go directly into my mixture, into the food processor. Half a cup of raisins or so. And here's some cinnamon. And a little bit of psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is nice to make the dough a little bit firmer in the end, so you can cut the cake more easily. So, the rest I put aside. And now I process these. It won't take long, you will see. Very easy. You can watch me turn around. It's a kind of applesauce. Of course, not so saucy. Not that saucy, you see. It's pretty dull, pretty gross. Pretty gross pieces, but it is a kind of an applesauce. Now, here I have another bowl to combine everything. First I put in this dough, this mass, this applesauce kind of, the spices. It's just very easy, just the cinnamon. I put just the cinnamon in as the only spice. There's a lot of flavor from the dates. There's a little lemon in there. The apples have a very nice flavor. I don't want to have too much now. I can also, of course, put other spices in, yeah? That is up to you, what you like. There can be so many variations. Just for now, that's enough for me. And I put my slices also in. So, and I combine these with a spoon, a large spoon. A wooden spoon is easy because otherwise I might damage the slices, but it doesn't really matter. Main thing is that you really can combine them, and if the slice breaks or not, it doesn't really matter. The thing is here that I play with the textures here. I have the slices and I have the applesauce, and that's the main important thing, the most important thing here. I think that's it. And if you like to combine it perfectly, that reflects all in your cake. If you want to have some centers of the apple slices in the cake, well, that would be nice too, as you like. That doesn't have to be perfect. And now I put all this into my cake, into the bottom. Oops, nothing happened. Make it nice. Make it a nice shape. See, like this. And there we go. That's all I have to do for this nice cake. Isn't that really easy? Indeed. And it's a very nice cake. I did that before for friends. A little variation. Now, again, I have friends to come. See what they say. It's a little bit different from the first variation I made. Now this one, I guess it will be wonderful too. So, let's see. Oh, this is the cake for now. See, it looks nice, right? It's a nice size. Yeah, I make a dozen pieces of them. Each piece will be like this. A couple of centimeters. And to let it sit for a while, because the friends won't come before tomorrow, I will put a little bit of foil on top. So to give it a little bit of shelter, that not the small animals can go in there, or it doesn't turn brown too much. There's no air, no oxygen to make it wilt. So it's always nice to have a little cover. So, and that's my cake. It can be eaten immediately. It doesn't need to sit. There's nothing that needs to firm up a little bit. It doesn't need to. It will, after a while, if you let it sit for a while, for a day or night or so, will firm up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. You can just cut up and have your first piece. See, this is with the foil on top. It's a nice way to keep it safe. Put it in the fridge. So, kindly enjoy. And, well, how you feel about it, I would like to know. You can also subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube and have another recipe every single day. Pretty short. There was a request to show my cake after the video, actually. Well, wow. Here's my cake. You just saw it. I just remove the foil and cut it. So one night later, I will show you how I do this. First I take a small paring knife, kind of, and I open the little Springform here inside, just slightly. And in this case I don't even need the knife, I just see it here, the cake holds together so not tightly. So you see, that's perfect. I don't need to do anything with a knife. Usually I would take the knife and drive around the cake to make it easier for the Springform to take off. So now I can just cut a piece. Let's see, maybe I need another knife because the apple slices here will be in the way. Maybe a sharper one. But first, let's try. Well, it looks good, okay. Oh yeah, nice texture. Seems to be good. I just cut out one piece to show you. So that's good. Yeah, it seems okay. A small piece. I need a sharper knife here. There is a slice in the way. With a sharper knife, no problem. Small piece. Okay. Make sure the piece is really cut neatly on both sides. Nothing remains. Otherwise it won't be able to take out the piece. So let's see. So one knife to get the piece out, and then I show you what it looks like. See, that's my piece of cake. Isn't that nice? My guests can serve it like this. Oh. Show you the cake. Make it complete. See, this is the cake, the missing piece. A nice cake, right? Yeah, my friends and me will be looking forward to enjoy this. I hope you will too.